So here are the chords for Anniversary Dance. It's in D minor, but it actually starts on A. So the easiest way to find A is to find the E first, which is normally marked, and the A is next to that. It's going to go bass, major, major, and then the alternative bass, which is the E. And then walk down one to D minor and do 4 bars of that. So it's D, minor, minor, and then the A bass, but still with the D minor chord. Then walk down to G, minor, 2 bars like that. And the note we've just played as the alternative bass for G is where we want to be for the next chord, D minor. And the note we've just played for the alternative bass for D minor is where we want to be for the next chord, A. And then back to D minor. And then probably finish with the D minor rather than the alternative bass, because it's the end of the phrase. We want to have the strong sound of the root D coming in. So again, it's 4 bars of A, 4 bars of D minor, 2 bars of G minor, 2 bars of D minor, 2 bars of A, 2 bars of D minor. And while you're doing that, this is how the tune goes. It's quite a straightforward tune. It starts on A, and it sort of sketches out the chords, so it should be quite easy to remember which chord goes with which. So it starts on A. Then this is the D minor bit. Then the G minor, D minor, A, D minor. And if you like, after you play that last D, you can play a little chromatic walk down to the next, so it repeats back to the A. Then I like to find the next D before I've let go of this one, because it's quite easy to get your hand ready for an octave. So when we finish that phrase, I'm already looking for the next note. Now this is the second section, and this is in the major. So it starts, although we start with the D here, the chords are C and F. So let's start with the tune first of all. It's a 4-bar phrase that gets repeated. Or it gets played 3 times, but always starting on a different note. Starts on D to start with. Then on B flat. Then on G. Then reach up for the D. It's a little arpeggio coming down. Here's the whole of that phrase. And while that's going on, this is the left hand. We need to find our C first of all. It's going to be C, major, major chord, and then the alternative bass, which is G, major, major. I keep calling it the alternative bass. The real name for it is the dominant, so we may as well use that. So it's root, which is the C, chord, chord, dominant, chord, chord, but the chord is still C. Here we are, the 2 bars of C. And then we reach down for the F and do the same thing in F. Back to C, do exactly the same 4 bars again. Here you want to reach up for the A. The way I do it, because as I've said a few times, I'm not really an accordion player, so I'm not used to making these switches automatically. I have to think about them. But my C is clearly marked for my finger to feel, and the E is relatively clearly marked. So if I want to play an F, I make sure I go past the marked one, and then I know that's F. And if I want to go up to E, I can always go a bit too far and check that that's the E and come back to the F. It'll be great to be able to play and know that was an E, but I knew that I'd missed it because I couldn't feel. Well, also I could hear it was wrong, but I couldn't feel the E next door. So the F chord, and then up to A. So 2 of those chords. Back to D minor for 2, then G minor for 1, skip to A, D minor to finish with. You can play the bass note and the chord at the same time if you like. So here's that passage again: 2 bars of C, 2 bars of F, 2 bars of C, 2 bars of F, reach for the A, 2 bars of A, 2 bars of D minor, G minor, A, D minor. You normally find that the harmonic pace, the sort of rate of chord changes, gets faster towards the big points in the piece. So here it is, just slowly: 2 bars of C, 2 bars of F, 2 bars of C, 2 bars of F, find the A, 2 bars of D minor, G minor, A, D minor. So here's that passage together very slowly. And then you can go back to. If you want to, you can start leaving some chords, some notes down in the right hand, gives you a bit more meat. In the second part of the tune, you can put some chords in the right hand, because that D isn't really part of a C major chord, and it might sound a bit bizarre, but if we play a C7 chord underneath it, and then F major, the other thing you might want to do is put some twiddles in. So you could put something in like underneath the tune. So you can make the right hand, if you're a piano player, you can make the right hand obviously more complicated.